YouTube Zoom is on. TikTok is live. We have some friends
Yes, live streamed. Got it.
Jessica, you can accept the live stream. It will be recorded. YouTube Zoom is on. TikTok is live. We have some friends live streamed. I have to mute that so that I only hear one. All right. How are you guys doing? All right. Yeah, I was playing Sympathy for the Devil. Good song to enter with, don't you think, guys?
Oh, Sympathy with the Devil is always good.
Mm.
Especially when you're the devil's advocate.
Yeah, some funny. I can't wait till next week. Oh, Carol. Oh my God.
What's next week?
Yeah. Oh, that's when the lady from the BBC comes back from her vacation. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So, no, I know. I just couldn't. I don't have the dates in my head. So
Carol doesn't know what's going on. So
yeah.
So I've been working with a women's support group since we started. I checked my emails. We started last June. Started this project. I have been working with this group
for a year,
ensuring that not only would we get, I'm going to fix the camera here, not only would we get the money that we need to move forward with our company, that we would be successful in implementing it and doing the forward movement, because the way this group sets up their project, right? So it started, originally it was 250,000. It ended up dropping down to 75,000 over the course of the year. And we have worked with these guys like hands-on, like nobody's business since October. And then I went and I did that diversity conference, almost 4 weeks ago now. And it stood up and pointed out Bills 21 and 96 and how big white elephants they are in a room full of business people in Quebec talking about diversity and equality, and nobody bothers to mention them. The room, for those who were there and for those who heard about it, was dead silent. You could have heard a pin drop. And one lady actually made a point of whispering very quietly to me, "Thank you," which was really cool. And we were dropped from the program for some reason because they didn't like our cash flow. Really? Okay. Anyway, and then a few days later, a bigger money consultant, the guy who was going after, remember this project started, it was 250,000. Okay. So he's going after the big parcel of money. Told him what happened with this group and that they were no longer in the way and that he could add those machinery bits to what he was doing. And he went, and I told him why. And he went ballistic and he said to me, "Business and politics don't mix."
No.
Talk to
Carol,
talk to
shake your head. I'm going to tell you exactly why they have to mix. Okay.
Well, and
I bawled my eyes out because I had basically thrown away $75,000 because these guys tossed us out the window because business and politics don't mix. Here's why they do. Because we're talking about the equality and diversity of human beings. And when we take those politics and we park them at the door and we say those politics aren't important, women get sidelined. First Nations people get sidelined. People of color get sidelined.
Okay, in that sense, I understand what you're saying, and I wouldn't have agreed because I saw it in another sense. But I absolutely do agree. They should be sleeping together, but they're definitely not.
Yeah. Well, in this particular case, because I think it's important as time goes by, as society becomes more progressive, as we all work together more and more so. We need to embrace each other more and embrace each other more personally so that we can work better together and not, stifle each other like has been done for so many centuries financially, we won't even go there. So that has been my my adventure the last 2 weeks. So, and yeah,
Josh has joined us, but his mic is down.
I have no mic
No,
and no
his
camera.
picture
for-
is
Oh,
not there either.
we now have a
Ah,
camera for
Josh is almost
but
here.
no mic. All right, thank you for the roses, Sarah Suncoucher. Thank you. All right, we got a group of people sitting with us here in TikTok, and we have a group of people sitting here with us in the Zoom room with Tarot Phenoms. And for those of you who are new here, we'll show you how this works. There's a bunch of us who are all various level tarot readers, and we're going to read tarot cards either for people in the Zoom room or people here in the TikTok or people in the YouTube, should that ever take off. But so far,
It's
doesn't do
quiet.
statistics.
Carol, you have cards now, or you don't have cards yet?
I was working the last 2 weeks. I just
Well,
came
no,
back
I understand
Sunday.
that. I was just wondering if you fell over a deck along the
Oh,
way.
thank you, Sarah.
I did not have time even to go and look at it, but it's
Don't
on my
worry about
to-do
it.
list.
Don't
That's all right.
worry
You can
about
see-
it. Just to know where you're at. That's all.
Yeah,
That's it.
Okay.
I'm following. I'm slowly immersing myself.
That's all right. No, it's just that if we asked you a question, what do your cards say? And you don't have cards in front of you, we've put you on the spot. And we shouldn't do that.
Thank you.
Kettle has no cards.
Okay, it's just to know.
There we go. All right. All right. So we are set up. Oh, and yeah. So the oh, I didn't know that. Jessica commented in the chat that she actually uses the recording on the YouTube to learn from.
Okay, that's good
Oh.
because
Yeah.
what I
So-
like about a recording later is that you can go back, stop and start and do whatever else you need and argue in peace and quiet with what you
argue with
see.
yourself and your cards in peace and quiet. Yeah.
Yeah, but also argue with the people that were there quietly without bringing, how do you call it, to your attention, which is kind of fun. I do that a lot with televised webinars and whatever.
Oh, cool. Well, when we actually start doing actual structured classes, which
That's
you
a
are
different story.
way more familiar with than I am, then those will get put together. I'm hope the world is way busier for me than I care for it to be. So
One step at a time.
yeah.
Let's just say hi to Josh. Now that we see his gorgeous face,
Hey.
we know
Hello.
he's there.
Hey, gorgeous. How you
Just
doing?
woke up.
Just woke
Alrighty.
up less than an hour ago, still trying to get the brain to.
Well, that's the
That's what
best time
coffee-
to do readings. You're totally open to whatever shows up.
That's right. Gets you
That's
nice
true.
and balanced for the whole rest of the day. All right. All right. So for those of you who are joining us in TikTok, how is the volume of my disembodied tarot readers in the tarot?
The voices
Phenom?
from the sky.
Are you guys hearing them all right, or do I need to turn them up?
We're not real people. It's a figment of your imagination, TikTok.
I'm making these
exactly.
guys up as I go along. I pre-recorded this whole thing. These guys are, they're all fake. And hey, for those of you who are joining us through the meetup, this meetup goes live every Thursday tomorrow and until the end of the summer, I guess.
Until they close their shop, usually in the early fall, because you get
or
food
until
coming in.
until it gets too cold to shuffle cards outside. I figure, weather permitting, we'll be at Coup de Bon shows in Hudson, Quebec. Things are starting to come together. I don't know why my camera hates me. I need a new camera. This thing just pain. Am I doing a list? Yes. Christina has managed to ask first, so I'm going to start her on the first of the list. And oh, you guys are a little muffled, so I'm going to turn you guys up just slightly, and hopefully the muffle will not be a problem. And here is V joining us.
Hi, B.
All
Bye.
Well, not yet.
Oh, we have lost V.
V
all
came
right.
and went.
All right, so for those of you who are new here, what we're gonna do As I
Welcome
create
back.
this list, I'll describe this. Sarah Suncatcher. I'm going to take 3 more for the list right now, and then we can move on.
Howdy, V.
Anybody? Hi, V.
You're muted. It's a little hard to hear your voice then.
Hey,
There you go. All right. Hi, V. How you doing?
hello.
Yeah, I saw your name, and I have a girlfriend who goes by Fee, and I was thinking, oh, that'd be cool if she came in and was joining us. But you're not she, so you're a new V to me.
Yeah, how you doing?
Very good. So nice to meet you. All righty. Who else was on this list? So I got Christina, and I got Sarah Suncatcher. I need 3 more volunteers to be sitters for the tarot practice.
That's interesting.
Holly, Caesar.
I don't know who the hell I just pulled for, but that's not a good card reading. It's really
No
bad.
problems, Carol.
That's cool.
Absolutely
Get
no
on.
problems. Enjoy yourself.
And Vicky. All right. So we're starting together. I really hope those weren't Christina's cards. Okay. So we're going to start with Christina. For those of you who are new here, whether it's in the TikTok or in the Zoom or on the YouTube, is currently empty. I am so popular on YouTube. It's obscene. You guys, they are just scrambling to get onto my channel. It's Pepperfire Tina, wherever you go. Pepperfire on Twitter. You guys want to follow me?
That's because you're pepper and fire.
I am Pepper and Fire, and Mary grounds me. I'll tell you.
If I was there, nobody would come.
All right. So for those of you who need context, you're shuffling cards for Christina as I chat my little head off here. And she is looking for advice about the wonderful love story that is going on for you. For those who are unaware or weren't here previously, Christina has the love affair with an old flame, and the old flame, while they were separated, got together with Christina. The flame went back to the husband, and yeah, so we're with that kind of energy. So that's the love triangle that you're reading for, and I think it's lovely. My card keeps pushing them all together, so I don't know if they're lying to each other about them being together, but my cards have them all being together all the time. So I'm going to let you guys read on this one and save talk for last here. All right.
That's interesting. Okay.
I know that the scariest word in tarot, you guys, as a reader, for somebody reading for you, is when they say, "Oh, that's interesting."
Mine is very interesting.
Or what? What was that, Josh?
I said mine is very interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Why don't we start with your very interesting, Josh?
Josh is very interesting.
All right, so I have 3 cards. I have the 10 of Swords, the Tower, and the 3 of Swords.
The 10, whoa. 10 of Swords, 3 of Swords. 10 of Swords, Tower.
That's why I said, yeah.
3 of Swords.
Not a good card combination.
3. Oh, my heart is breaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is reading like the end of a relationship to me.
Oh, which one?
All of them combined, the 10 of Swords, the Tower, and the 3 of Swords.
Oh no, Christina, what happened? Everything was going so well.
It also could mean that because it's all in the head.
Oh,
it's the head space. The 10 of Swords is head space. The 3 of Swords is head space. And the Tower says your head has to come off.
So it's not,
because if you look at most of the towers, it's always the top that falls off.
So who's getting a divorce? Her and her husband, or her and Christina?
I'm not looking at divorce. I'm looking at her headspace.
Christina's headspace.
Because I always read for the person in front of me.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm in their headspace. So if I'm looking at Josh's cards, I'm seeing her headspace. It's in like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing. Go get out of your head, says the Tower, or you're going to have even more trouble.
let's add 5 of swords to the mix.
Oh, even bigger mess. Okay, so Christina has said into the chat that other readers have said that they are fighting. So, are you getting the idea that Christina has bought into the idea that that's falling apart?
Her headspace is in the wrong place.
Yeah. Okay. So you can't get-
Absolutely.
all right.
Okay.
So-
What I'm seeing from Josh's cards is get the hell out of your head,
Yeah. Get out of your head. Big.
or
time.
you're going
Any
to
swords,
mess.
one time.
To put it very yeah.
Get in. Get out of
Basically-
your head. Get into alignment. Get out of your head. Get into alignment.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't even need my cards anymore. I just can tell that to people from now on. Get out of your head. Get into alignment.
Yeah,
That's it.
because
That's it.
what I have is the 6 of Pentacles. Give and take.
Oh, give and take. Give and take. Right. Okay. So
Okay.
the other readers that Christina's
And I've got
readings
all
for-
pentacles, by the way.
And I got all swords.
Yeah, but that's the whole point.
Right.
If she gets out of her head,
Yeah.
she can have what she wants. It's a give and take situation.
Yeah, but that divorce is not happening.
Okay, I don't talk in those terms. You see, that's the whole thing. You're the one that does that.
That 3 of Swords is vicious, man. That's
Yeah, the 3 of Swords says if you're not going to get out of your headspace,
we're gonna break it up. Yeah, we're gonna break it up. Now, my question is who's breaking it up, right? So I see it as the negative space tells her, get out of your head and stop focusing on all the swords, or something is gonna break down. And it's, if she's not attached to the money, she ain't giving up those stones for love, right?
well, the
So-
thing is, all I have is pentacles.
yeah, which makes
Okay, I have the 6, the 10, and the 2 in that order.
I'll be right back. I need coffee.
Go for it.
I have employee tiers. I'll share.
Thank you.
Okay.
Because I have the 6 of Pentacles. It's a give and take. Are you willing to give? Are you willing to let the other person take what they need without giving all of yourself? The
Mhm.
10 of Pentacles says, if you do, you'll be fine.
Mhm.
And the 2 of Pentacles says, decide, damn it.
Is there an element? I want to ask Christina, because based on what you said, I'm thinking, is Christina comfortable with the idea of the woman still being with her husband in spite of being with Christina? And I haven't heard Christina's answer to that. And that might be where,
Well, that's probably the headspace.
yeah, that's where the wishy, right? Somebody just said here, oh, Christina said she's a Pisces. And then Jessica said being a Pisces makes you wishy-washy.
That's right.
And
Oh, yeah. I'm looking at another Pisces I don't really know very well.
who's that?
Marshall.
Oh, yeah, my boy. He's lovely. We'll
Okay.
chat.
I mean, that's the whole point. Wishy-washy is the name of the game. Every Pisces I've ever known,
Oh,
it
that
gives you
explains
that watery.
like 2 sides to a person, right? It's almost
Yeah.
like having a natural like almost being naturally bipolar or manic depressive.
Yeah.
In your natural state. Is that that can't
You
all
see,
be
the
like that.
Pisces have 2 fishes, one on top of another in their how do you call it thing, and
Yep.
so, and the Geminis have 2 standing up. So the Gemini is 2 as well, but they are standing up and they're firm, whereas the Pisces are floating.
Yeah. So
Their 2 is floating.
here the people in I wonder what the husband is. Both Christina and her ex are Pisces. So
Ooh.
like,
No wonder.
and add power to the mix, the water mix here, the water everywhere, and I'm
not a drop to
frowning
drink.
for not a drop to
They're
drink.
both Pisces.
Curly is on Aquarian cusp. And it gets even better. Wait. The husband in the trio is a Libra.
Oh, good.
So, you're talking right now. How do you?
No.
No wonder it's sort of like wishy-washy up and down. Nobody knows what's going on because
my
nobody
God.
wants to make a decision.
Yeah, you got 2 waters flowing, 2
And
ships
the
passing in the night,
procrastinator has
Pardon my French, but it's a clusterfuck.
yeah, it's a fustercluck. It is definitely a fustercluck. Oh my good heavens. Wow, 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 wow. All
V,
right.
do you have anything to add?
The,
I can only
the-
see your forehead. I can only see your forehead. Love to
Okay.
see the rest of your
Oh, there
face.
she is.
A little better. A little better. Can you push it down just a little more?
Okay. It's a glare. Hold on.
No, it's not so much the glare as much as the fact that it's all we see is most of your forehead and the ceiling.
No, it's a glare. It's
so
an
she
angle
can't
with
see
a
the
light
screen.
ahead. Exactly.
Okay, don't worry
Yes.
about it. You know what
You see me
works
now?
too? Yeah. You know what works too to cut the glare is the overhead light in your room. That's what I do. I turn on the overhead light and it counteracts the glare from the window.
Am I too dark now? Am I too?
No. No,
okay.
it's okay. It's just that you've got a pretty face. We'd like to see it. The forehead is kind of interesting, but you know what? It doesn't give us so much about you.
Forehead means I'm smart, so let me use
Oh,
it right
well,
now.
we all are. We all are smart. Otherwise, we wouldn't be
Alrighty.
playing with cards.
Okay. So, so V, did you pull any cards, or did you want to comment on Josh's cards?
Well, the thing is, I also pull 3 cards every day, and I got a 4 of Wands. That's my
Okay.
first card in reverse,
Oh,
and got a 9 of Pentacles.
Oh,
That's my second card in reverse, and I also got the 3 of Swords.
Oh,
Yeah,
but that one's upright.
yeah, it's upright. That's
Oh,
what I got this morning, and I read it as something that applies to me, but because Josh and I got the same card, 3 of Swords, as the last one, upright. I kind of feel like it for me. I read it as there is heartbreak and pain, something that's happening that feels painful. And the reason it's happening is because these 2 cards are in reverse. So there's a 4 of Wands that's in reverse. And to me, that's like a lack of foundation and something that is when I see the 9 of Pentacles right next to it, there's a woman who is she has her hand on 6 of the Pentacles and is looking at the 3. And for me, because I got 3 of Swords right afterwards, the 3 represents that's something she really, really wants, and it's giving her heartbreak. But because it's in reverse, I read it as she's not nurturing the 3 that she really, really would like. She's not integrating that. And for me, that means that I'm working on so much in my life that I want to be able to have people that I'm close with and people that I can celebrate my accomplishments with, but I don't have any time for it. I'm not nurturing those foundations. So it's a little this. That's what I read it as.
that's interesting. It's a fascinating difference of energy between the 3 of Swords.
but
Yeah.
all cards are within context. This is the whole point.
Yeah. Well,
You know-
that's why we do this, because the
Yeah,
cards.
but this is for me the most important thing. This is why I always ask about context. Otherwise, we can fly in different directions. And I try to focus on the person that is asking a question and where their headspace is, rather than the generalities of what the cards are.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Right.
so that makes it interesting and also different.
Oh, let me see what my cards got to say, shall we?
Yeah.
All right. So Christina typed in, she says, we were great together in spite of the clashiness of the astrological signs. I'm only just starting to learn astrology, so
Well,
I'm not a great source of astrology, you guys, but
astrology is interesting when you look at what's happening now and how it affects you now, as opposed to other things. If you're looking at astrology and trying to figure out how to work with it, there are many, many levels, like with tarot. And if you start with what you came into this world with, and then see how this world is playing on a daily basis without worrying too much about astrology. It's energies. You know, like the moon will pull the tides, and the sun will give you lots of other energies, and the sun, depending when it's having a conniption fit, well, we have electronic problems.
Right.
So there are things that will affect us on a daily basis, but how we react to them is really how we've been grounded with our ways of being put together, which is what astrology tends to do, if you know how to read birth charts that way.
We'll get there.
Oh, no, I mean, I still don't get astrology all that well.
Oh.
So
We
I
need
play
an
with it.
astrologer. We need an astrologer in the group. I should see if we can get
Yes.
an
Yeah,
astrologer.
I don't know
Yeah,
who
totally.
would be really good at it, except for your friend Tara Green.
I don't think she's coming.
No, I'm teasing you. You
I
know
know.
that.
I
Devil's
know.
advocate.
Listen, you know what? I'm not going to hate people because of their politics. If
No, it's not a matter of hating. You don't
and
want to rub each other the wrong way.
yeah, but certainly if my family are terrorists because of what happened back in the 60s, that makes me one. Yeah, okay.
By association. Gee, you know what? You might as well be in the communist world.
Exactly. All right. So here's my cards for Christina. So this is kind of crazy. We have a list, Diana. Yeah, we do. We're great together, best friends, completely in love. I'm so totally getting this energy. Christina, I've got a magician here, and the magician comes out because you've got all the tools in the toolbox that you need to create what it is that you want to create and have. And asking the universe for her in spite of him is easy as long as you allow it to happen the way the universe is going to deliver it. And I'm getting
no preconceptions.
Yeah, well, I'm getting a complete disconnect between the harvest and here the challenge presented here is a 9 of Wands. This is like, okay, so you've got to put more effort, more energy, more belief, more understanding into the situation in order for this completion to fall into the new challenge that you're asking for, kind of energy, right? Unlike
intention.
Entirely. Yeah. I like that. The intention is entirely missing here. Now, whether it's yours, Christina, or it's hers is irrelevant because like Mary, I'm reading for you, not for her. But when everything is capable of coming together and in complete alignment, then you get everything that you want. This is the harvest coming in, right? But with the harvest comes the sowing and the plowing and the putting together of the meadow. And again, this comes back. You have to let go of the outcome, and you have to allow the outcome, right? What if it comes back, right? These cards read like the energy of what's that expression? If you love something, set it free. If it comes back,
that's right.
If it doesn't, it never was. What would happen if you would just walk on, stop thinking, stop praying, and just allow what you have put out there to happen?
To come back.
All right. And I contend that the second that happens, your abundance starts to fall into place and you will start to see. But you need to get into alignment with the universe because these tools are all right here for you.
One of the things that, my reading has said is very much have the intention and the desire, and then put it on in a way, if you want, whatever you want, put it on the altar and let it go.
Like that. Yeah, if you do witchcraft,
and let the universal God, divine time take it where it goes. You do the process, but don't give it importance. Right. The more you get into what you really want, the more you're going to lose the $75,000.
Yes, exactly. Stop thinking about this. It was never about the 75,000.
No, of course not. It's not
about appearances.
That's right.
And
the more you give it importance, the more it's going to show the lack of what you have.
right? So it's focusing on the act of creating the harvest and not
That's right.
focusing on the harvest. The harvest is going to come to you, but
It's like
allow the
planting a
universe,
garden.
right? Do you feel that?
It's like planting a seed. If you keep looking at it and saying like, when are you coming? When are you coming? It's like forever. It'll never show up, right?
Yeah, watch
If you
Fox
plant
never
the
show.
seed and you come back 3 days later, all of a sudden you've got a sprout. And you come
Mhm.
back 3 days later, you might actually have a flower, depending on the plant, obviously. So, you know, like you have to give it time.
Time. Yeah. How's that expression go? If you are, there's a Christian expression, let go, let
Let-
God, right?
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And you don't even have to believe in God, but yeah.
No,
yeah.
whatever, divine, universal.
Christina says, I
Awesome.
put it out in the universe. Now let it do it. That's right.
That's
Let
right.
the universe do it.
And stop fretting,
Yeah.
stop worrying,
Yeah.
and be happy in the moment you have. Look at all the blessings you have at this point. Look at what makes you happy now and play with that energy, because
Mhm.
then it'll come. The more you
now.
show lack, the more you show frustration, guess what? That's what you're going to get, because that's what
Yeah.
you're reflecting.
That's right. Also, arguing with the universe doesn't work.
No, no.
So
That ain't going to happen.
yeah.
I
All right.
want it now in 10 seconds. It
Yeah.
still isn't here.
Yeah, Christina said, but closed mouths don't get fed. Yes. Well, here, my mother used to say to me, worrying about things is like praying for what you don't want to have happen.
That's right.
happen. So yeah, so you just need to let it go. So we're gonna move on to Sarah for now. Great energy, but you gotta let the universe put it together, because I don't think
Right now, you don't know all the details.
Yeah, Josh, what do you got?
I was just going to add to that, practice daily gratitude too, because the universe will respond. If you're grateful for what you already have, it'll be willing to give you more.
That's right.
The more I've got, the more I want. The more I've got, the more I want. And when you know what you want, you know what you don't want. When you know what you don't want, you know what you
And if you focus on what you don't want, that's what you're going to get.
Yep. Focus on what do you want, what you do want.
Feel it,
Sarah.
breathe it, live it, pretend, you know, even if it's virtual,
All right.
dream it. The dreaming world is always good.
Write it down too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna Sarah Suncatcher, darling. Did she have a I'm looking for context here, you guys.
Okay.
Do not disturb on why am I getting calls?
Okay.
Just to annoy you. I'm not getting any.
Settings.
So far. Okay.
Oh, allow repeat calls. I hate that shit.
All right. Who also doesn't require context to start? V, do you require context for a sitter, or can you read the cards cold?
I definitely require. I'm very new to this. I'm like,
Okay. Well,
No
1
problem.
week. Yeah, I've been doing this for 1 week, so.
Oh, excellent. Oh, well, what fun. Good. Well, the more we can teach you, you'll be surprised at how much you can teach us.
That's right.
All right.
That's
So Sarah is looking for context. She's looking for health.
Okay.
She says health. I don't know if that means she's got issues or is afraid she has issues, but
It doesn't matter, but it gives you the context of how to see the cards and how to relate to the cards. In other words, it's not money.
Nope.
And
Nope.
it's not, how do you call it, fire or anything else. So, you know, at least if you know it's health, whatever you're looking at the general feel of that particular energy in that field, if that makes sense. All right, let's go and see.
Well, this is interesting.
this is interesting. See, we all do that. This is interesting. I got interesting too.
Oh, very
That's
interesting.
even more interesting.
I'm gonna put these out there because I got the Empress, followed by the Knight of Wands, followed by the Chariot, and so it's interesting to me in that it's almost like it's connected. It's just possible. I'm feeling the energy of like, geez.
I'm feeling internal struggle.
I'm getting serious internal struggle, but we're
Oh
talking
yeah, my
about
cards are
health.
that too.
I'm
Yeah.
looking at this in the middle of this and kind of
There's-
going, is this a surgery? Or is
What
it
is
like, what is this? Is this a baby? What is this in health?
Empress is
Mother,
growing.
my first
Don't forget
part,
the Empress
something-
grows.
Something's
Okay,
growing fast, right? Is this
Okay,
a
the
baby or is
Empress
this something else?
is also harvesting and growing and nurturing and various other things. So it could be that. It could
It's
be
not
many
her
other
health.
things.
It's not
No.
her health that we're hitting on. It's her son. Her son
Okay.
is unwell, she says.
Oh,
Okay. But from the perspective I read, in her case, her headspace is 8 of Cups. Her headspace is 10 of Cups.
Ah, good, good, good.
Her headspace is 5 of Wands.
Oh, nice.
So, in other words, what I'm seeing from her perspective is that she is worried like hell,
Yep.
obviously,
Yep.
but the 10 of Cups says, it's okay, breathe, everything will be fine. And the 5 of
More.
Wands says, get your borders, get organized, stop
Get organized.
getting this, wishy-washy air and fire mixed up and all the rest of it. The hidden card actually is is the Empress,
Oh, nice.
which is no problems, V. Okay, which is an interesting idea. So no matter what the situation is, you're not helping it by being over worried.
Yes, it's take the worry out of it. So she's
That's
got
right.
an unwell son, which here's the crazy. This is how the crazy energies work, right? So this is the mom, okay?
Mhm.
And this is the son who she's already established is unwell.
Mhm.
But she's also got a daughter who's pregnant. Quite
Oh.
possibly, if I read these cards the way my grandmother would read these cards, the baby is a boy. Or by the way I read the cards, there's a yang energy growing in that little girl. And you just got to get your nose out of the way and sit back and let them tell you what they need. This
That's
is
right.
Chariot. This is go with the flow. This is allow the energies to flow you and relax, relax, relax. That 5 of Wands is a heck of a challenge to have to go through, but these cards
Tina?
all just
The 5 of Wands that I'm
Oh.
looking at.
the 5 of Wands. It says that, right? Charlotte's Web. You're too close to the
Okay.
camera, right? Pull it
It
back.
could be Charlotte's Wives. It also could be Little Miss Muffet.
Yeah, Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet, right?
And the spider has scared her away.
Yeah, so
Oh.
the scene is scarier than the reality kind of
Yeah, yeah.
energy, right?
Ah.
Yes, breathe in, breathe out. Sarah, keep breathing, man. This is all there. I got Chariot is all about breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Right? Listen, there's nothing you can do about it. So just go with the flow, right? I have a great analogy for the Chariot. It's like it's a swim analogy, which is really cool because Greg and I are constantly in the water. And when you're swimming, if you're in the ocean and you're trying to get to shore and there is an undertow, and it's pulling you back out to sea and you keep trying to swim, you are going to exhaust yourself and you are absolutely going to drown. There is no way. So in order to defeat an undertow and save your arse, you got to swim sideways. Okay. And so you swim along the side of the beach and eventually the waves themselves will push you in the undertow because you're swimming with the ocean. Will have no choice but to land you up on the beach. So it's really, really, really go with the flow, go with the flow, go with the flow, go with the flow. Too easy.
In the Gaian tarot, the 7, the Chariot, is an indigenous person using his canoe.
Using his what?
Canoe.
Very cool.
So the canoe part is that if you're going to go against the current, you'll hit a rock.
Yeah. Go with the flow, baby. Go with the flow. All
You know,
right.
so it's the same analogy.
All righty.
Okay.
Anybody got anything to add or we'll move on to Holly?
Yeah. Josh, do you have anything?
Yeah, I pulled some cards as well.
Okay.
Can we hear?
Yes.
Go,
I
go.
have 6 of Swords, the Devil, 8 of Wands, Strength, and 2 of Cups reversed.
Oh. Oh.
Decision's not
Ooh.
happening.
Mm-hmm.
What's the decision that's not happening?
Her decision.
Yeah. What's the decision that's not happening, right?
Stay out of the way.
I'm thinking so too.
You
All
know,
right. That those were in my cards. What are you getting from
Yeah.
that two of pentacles reversed there, Josh?
The Two of Cups reversed. I'm
Oh, good
seeing.
stuff.
I'm seeing a lack of alignment with
Yeah.
self.
With
Yeah.
self, right? So
Yes.
she's out of sorts because her kids are all out of sorts. So she needs to get
she's the worried mom who doesn't know what to do, who's standing on the sideline and going, I wish they'd talk to me. I wish I knew that, like you cannot help grown-up kids.
No, you can only see them. I'm going to give you a magic alignment practice for looking at your kids, Sarah. I want you to picture each of your kids in their absolute perfection, where you see them, they are whole, they are complete, and you see for some moms it's going to be the moment of their birth, but when I ask you to picture your child in their absolute perfection, you'll see your child looking back at you. I want you to always, in spite of you
Appearances.
wanting, in spite of how you may wish to feel towards your child at the time, if you always see them, no matter if it's because they're sick, they're not sick, they're in their completeness, they're having a hard time with their spouse, they're not having a hard time with their spouse, they're in their completeness, right? And so if you can see them in their perfection, you are more able to honor their spirit in its completion, and then they are going to not be negatively influenced by negative energies that you are accidentally throwing at them because you're focused on their
Problem.
not completeness. Do you follow that? You want to heal somebody, guys? See them in their perfection.
Welcome, Jessica.
Hi, Jessica. You
I
don't
have
want
one
to see,
more.
you don't want to see, you know what? Somebody breaks their leg. You don't want to see the broken leg. You want to see the, oh, you know what?
Healed.
You want to see them healed. You want to see the
Them
healing
walking,
process,
running, and doing that.
got
kind of
it,
thing.
right?
I have one more.
Go ahead,
Yes.
Josh.
I have one last card, the Three of Cups, which is
Okay.
telling me
Everything's fine.
Everything's going to come up roses. Yeah.
Your friends and family are there to support you. Ask for help if you need help.
Yep.
That's what that.
On the other hand, don't stick your nose where it doesn't belong.
Yeah, wait to be asked for help.
That's
and
right.
Everything will be comfortable, but stop.
Just
worrying.
yeah,
Everything will
just
be
think
fine.
of the guides we have or the helpers we have, if that's what you're thinking of. They're not allowed to do anything for you, even though they're going insane because you're acting like an insane human being. They're not allowed to do anything until you ask.
That's right.
It's funny you say that, Mary, because I also pulled Temperance right after you said that.
But the reality is that is the whole problem. We, in our mind, think we control everything.
Or we want to. We want everything.
No,
to go
the
our way.
mind is the control freak.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, but because it's operating from the mind of a toddler, right?
Yeah. But the point is, it's a control freak, and it's scared of everything.
Yes.
Okay,
Including itself.
that's right. So tell the mind to go fly a kite, go
Yeah,
find
exactly.
bananas, do whatever you want, and let the heart go. You were going to say, Josh?
I thought you were gonna say tell the mind to go fuck itself.
Language, guys.
I
I'm on
could say
TikTok.
that, but this is public.
Great. Sorry.
I'm not the only sweary person in the world. That's all right. 4. Now we're moving on to Holly. You guys.
Okay, and Holly has a context, or
Holly, you got a context, honey?
Didn't we read for Holly last week? I feel like we did.
Yeah, what did we read for Holly?
It's
one of the fun things about TikTok is very often the same group comes in regularly.
Oh, because they're here.
You know what? I've been doing like free readings like this since the mid 90s. I started out just typing them into the purple pages, most affectionately known among all we old professional tarot readers. Okay, so we're reading for Holly.
Come on in.
Holly's friendship with her bestie.
Oh.
Okay. Where was I? So we would read the cards and I would type the readings into there, and then I would do them I've been doing them in chat, and then I started doing them on Twitter, and now we're doing them like this, which is, I will tell you from the very beginning, practice is practice is practice is practice is practice.
It doesn't matter how you do it.
Doesn't matter.
One of the good things about doing a written reading is that it focuses your headspace to actually make sense as you're writing it.
This is true.
Okay. And I know that when I first started, I was doing it for the ATA, and I found it really helped you focus on your card, because it was a 1-card reading when I first started. And then I went to the 3-card readings. And the idea is that all that stuff that you've learned, you have to put it down in words.
Yeah.
When you're speaking it, you don't have time to think about it. So it focuses what you're doing in a way that should make sense for the other person, because obviously you have to bring that information somewhere.
Yeah, kind of like rewriting. Kalela says, Kalela, is that how you, Kaylala Smiles is her name. So I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but Kay says like free writing.
Yeah, up to a point. But the point is, you kind of do that. But if you have to deliver it, you can't do free writing.
Oh.
Okay, that's the point of a written, reading. That, like when you're learning, if you're doing it for somebody in writing, whether it be on whatever, if you're doing an email thing, it's got to make sense to the other person. So it's not a matter of just free writing what you think. It's also making it real for the other person, for the equivalent of the sitter.
That takes some serious practice, and as I said, doing.
Well, this is how I, chewed all this information out. And then you're working with just one deck. And if you want to learn more decks, then you also chew those decks out.
Oh, we're going to show everybody a different deck.
I have a different deck.
I was reeling with that's the Crowley Talk I've been reading with you guys. I'm going to switch to my Revelations. This reads reversals. Mary's switching over to the what is this? The card of the Mystic Spiral?
Tarot of the Mystic Spiral.
Oh, very cool.
It's how do you call it? Lo Scarabeo. I never pronounce it right. My Italian historian.
I only know it because I've heard people who work there pronouncing it. Lo Scarabeo, and they are.
My Italian leaves a lot to be desired.
Yeah. Lovely people. Oh my God, the owner was at Reader's Digest. Digest. That'll give you my age away. Holy crap.
I was about to say they haven't had
Reader's
that.
Studio, New York City. You guys, you want to attend a tarot conference? This is the one. It is something else. I'm looking for some overseas conferences. So if you guys know about them, feel free to invite me. All right. How about we move on to Holly? We got it's already well,
the closest, like I said, the closest tarot conference I know that we don't have to cross borders and lose luggage and all the rest of it is in Kingston in November.
Oh, I promise you, if I go back to Reader's Studio, I will be driving. I won't be getting into that insanity. My God, I appreciate, somebody dies. I appreciate the need to get to a funeral, but this is the 21st century, you guys. Cremation, refrigeration. I just stop trying to kill each other. This is craziness. Right.
Anyway, let's go, Holly.
Holly. So Holly wants to know about her friendship with her bestie.
Okay, friendship.
Interesting.
Oh, I got an 8 of Cups reversed, followed by a 2 of Pentacles, followed by a 7 of Pentacles reversed.
Okay, so my reversed cards make sense then. Good.
What's that?
So my reversed cards make sense then because you also pulled reverse.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm using the reversals deck now, so
that's a good one to use for.
I like to switch it up, especially when we're doing teaching sessions like this, because it gives us the ability to practice the reversals as well as the uprights, right? Affecting 2 cards is just as easy with full uprights. You don't have to read reversals, you guys. But when you can do both, it opens up a whole world of different cards to you.
Also, it depends on what you understand the reversals to be.
Well, it's also consistency. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
However, you
No,
look
yeah.
at your
But
card,
what I'm also saying is that there are different ways of seeing reversals depending
Absolutely.
on where you are and how. I've seen them as opposition. I've also seen them
Yes.
as inner and outer.
yeah, I always look at,
know,
I always
so-
look at them as aspecting, just
Yeah.
different aspecting. I work with the cards themselves, the way that they're painted. So, you know, I have picked up certain particular cards that mean absolutely nothing
Yep.
with what most people would think such a card would mean. And I get people sitting there going, "Oh, I'm telling them things, and this card is in my hand because that message
Had to come in.
is whatever I'm seeing on that card has to come in." And that's one of the things about tarot that I find so important, and this group study practice reading helps with, is it allows us different perspectives of the different angles of the cards, right? I mean, just working with you for the last year now, Mary, I see things from different angles that I have never seen before. And just working
Well, that's
with
the whole
Josh,
point.
Josh remembers my veterinarian. Where the hell did that come from? And it's not a typical card that you would see for a vet, but now all of a sudden it's coming up. I got vets all over the place. It's insane.
Yeah, but the reality is too that no matter what system we use, when we are into divination mode,
Yeah.
we have to understand our psyche as well as how the universe talks through our psyche. So,
Yeah.
I mean, all the information is out there for
Mm.
everyone and everything. Anybody can access their own information. The
Yes.
problem is the filters that we have been built through. In other
Yeah.
words, that mind filter that actually connects forgets to ask the quiet, the part that knows everything but cannot speak it.
Yeah.
You know, the
Oh.
heart knows everything. The heart understands, and when it does say something, it'll give it to you through physical means because it cannot speak it. It will give you a gut feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's a gut or wherever, it's in a body feeling. And then the mind goes, oh, this was this, so it must mean this. And then we have been taught to listen to that mind, and we forget what the heart was actually talking about.
Sometimes. Yeah.
No, I'm just saying this is the average, okay?
Yeah,
I'm not.
Yeah, right. Well, the trick is to stay in alignment. At the end of the day, I got Holly juggling this. I've got, when I read my reversal cards, it means whoever's looking at the actual situation is looking at it from their head and not from an alignment status. In alignment, everything's going just fine. You are managing to juggle this friendship and is just fine. The greater difficulty is that this Ace of Cups is this: somebody said something, somebody did something, and now there is no, we're over. This friendship is done. We are gone, and I can't get over this because I'm just way too freaking angry. Except these are upside down cards, and so when I flip them upside right and we get into alignment, this is forward movement, except it's a forward movement back into the relationship. And it's followed by, now we know how to behave towards each other better, sort of harvest card coming together. Does that make sense? So if this relationship is going to come back together, and I see it with the positive aspecting, in spite of poor Holly thinking that whatever this was has caused a serious breach, is really get into yourself, and whoever needs to apologize. But yeah, and if you can't get over the apology, you can't live with the apology, you can't carry that apology, then it wasn't really
meant to be.
Best friendship anyway, was it?
Question for you, Tina.
Yes, please, Josh.
The way my cards are reading and the way your cards are reading, are you feeling that there was some kind of fight or disagreement kind of split them
Something like
apart?
that. Yep.
Okay,
Yep,
that's what.
yep. Somebody's feelings were hurt. I get the somebody should have been, I'm getting a shoulda, something should have happened, something should have been said, something should have been heard, because of the relationship with the best friends.
Mhm.
But that didn't happen, and it's questioning the status of the best friend energy. I'm only seeing the middle of the card. Mary, you got to pull it back a little further down, lower. Right, perfect, right there. What is that?
This
That's
is
a
the Four
four.
of Cups. What
So
interesting picture is that there's a snake wrapping around a sort of like a mountain or whatever, and the person in front at the forefront of the card is sort of like forgetting, looking behind and saying, I don't want to see that. I don't want to look at that. I don't want to have anything to do with that, in spite of the fact that just beside him, a little lower, there is a person coming with 3 cups.
right.
So the big snake is what the problem is. And what's interesting is the last card I have, I'll get to the middle card in a minute, is the 3 of Swords with another huge snake, which is more like a hydra or whatever. So that snake is growing. Whatever that snake represents, it has grown into a huge monster that can break everything. The middle card is why it grew. It's the King of Wands.
Oh,
And this King of Wands actually is Fibonacci. So it's the, okay, it's the fact of calculations. It's the fact of taking everything you think and putting it through, in spite of the fact that it is fire, putting it through head.
So it's like a miscalculation of a situation by
Yeah,
one.
and you're letting it grow.
Yeah, and
Okay,
by Clary festering it. Yeah, I see
Yeah.
that.
But the whole point in the end is be the Queen of Wands.
Yeah, I realize. Yeah, be the bigger friend, right?
Yeah,
What's more
because
important?
the focus is the King of Wands.
Yeah.
That sort of calculating energy that is really not helpful because you're in between 2 very powerful
Is this thing even on?
monsters.
I haven't seen a comment come through the chat, so I'm wondering if the thing is even on. Are you still there, Holly? Good heavens. The thing says she's still here, so.
Okay. Josh, what is your take on all this?
I pulled 3, and it makes sense what I pulled, but at the same time it doesn't, because I have the Queen of Cups upright, the Queen of Swords reversed, and the 4 of Wands reversed.
The nurturer is not nurturing, and the headspace is wrong.
Oh, so Holly thinks I'm reading her husband and her, as opposed to her best friend and her, which is an interesting thing. So
I think that the situation is similar.
I
get the gut.
I get both.
Feeling
I get the both
that it doesn't matter whether it's the husband or the friend. Usually when you have an issue with A, you'll have an issue with B and C and D, and they will reflect each other because that is your headspace, and your filter is only seeing that particular problem, and it's growing in different directions. Often if you have a problem at home, you'll end up having a similar problem at work. You'll have a similar problem elsewhere.
Right.
They just reflect differently.
Right. So my question then becomes, if we are seeing her husband causing, right, the overriding energy is in this situation is the energy between Holly and her husband. And so, but the question was about Holly's relationship with her bestie. So here is the
monster is the husband.
The monster is the husband, the dealing with the what's going on with the husband. And I'll tell you what, until whatever you're struggling with putting to bed energy, as far as the husband goes, is going to continue to put stress on your relationship in your mind only as long as you allow it to, because the 2 of Pentacles says that if it's just the negative husband energy, then girlfriend is on board. She understands. She's got
So
you.
does the Four of Cups, because there's a little person in my Four of Cups holding 3 cups.
Yeah,
There's your
oh,
support.
yeah, she's got your back here, girlfriend. So in spite of all the stress. So I don't know what the stress is between your girlfriend and your husband, but I'm getting go
She's
with
being
the
too,
flow.
I would say the girlfriend is being too nice or too cozy,
Or
and
not cozy enough.
he might feel jealous. Don't forget, it was a
maybe.
snake.
Maybe. Oh, well, he's also, that's where all the cups are, honey. He's a drinker.
Okay,
All right.
there you
So
go.
we got added, right? Holly, I'm sure I've said this to you before. Al-Anon, family groups is your best friend. A-L-A. L-A-N-O-N.
There's also a support group for, okay, you have Al-Anon for those, for the drinkers, but you also have a support group for the people who have to handle that.
That is, no, that is. AA
That
is
is?
for drinkers. Al-Anon family groups is for family.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Okay, I
Al-Anon's
didn't
a
know
best
the
friend.
name.
It's great. They have Alateen groups for kids as well. If you listen, if you don't have that kind of group in your neighborhood, your church often has a group that's helpful if you're a member of a church or a mosque or a synagogue. Check with your faith healers, man. And if not, come in here. We'll keep reading your cards for you and we'll pull you up out of the scumbit. Here, this is you're doing just fine, Holly. Don't let yourself tell yourself that this is not working. This is stressful crap to be living with. Okay.
That's right.
And your girlfriend's got your back. You can count on that. Can anybody disagree with that assessment?
Nope.
No? All righty. Cesar, are you still here? All righty. Darn. Oh, one of my Twitter friends stopped by the shop, and because I'm on the screen with all you guys.
You lost them?
Yeah, I didn't get to see them. They don't invite me in, so they don't call me up and go, "Oh, hey, your friend is here," because I've been told, "Don't disturb me. I'm doing my tarot phenoms." And so,
that's all right. But you can always tweet them back and say, "Look, come and see us. Come and join us."
All right, last call for Cesar. Are you still in here, darling? I got 1.5. I guess 61,000 likes is my record here. I've got no likes going in here. Holly says, "Awesome, thanks." I don't have Cesar responding. Vicky, you still here? Vicky or Cesar, either one of you, come up. And if neither of them pop up, we can always open the list up again.
Keep moving. If they pop up, then you go back.
User 4633. And you would be who? User 4633. Oh, you are Vicky. Vicky is with us here. Vicky, do you have context for my readers, guys? And then if Cesar shows up, we'll read for him after. Otherwise, we'll reopen the list.
Oh.
All righty. 552.
It's still down. My cards are sticky.
Yeah, it's the humidity.
Humidity is not a friend.
Josh, was that a single card?
I have 4 cards so far.
You're pulling jumpers?
Yep, they all jumped.
They all jumped. Well, welcome.
Well, what were they?
10 of wands, 5 of wands, 5 of coins, 7 of wands.
Whoa. Could you be more challenging? Holy crap. So Vicky says it's her first time. I assume it's her first time in not only TikTok, but also with Tarot Phenoms. Essentially what you're watching happen, disembodied friends here in the Zoom room or the Tarot Phenoms. We are all reading tarot cards and discussing what we see in the cards in the hopes of helping each other all become better readers. And this happens every Wednesday right here on TikTok and Zoom and YouTube. at noon on Eastern time, Wednesdays, and on Thursdays, starting at 3 o'clock Eastern time, we will be live at Queue de Bunchos in Hudson, Quebec. So if you want to come out and join,
Yeah, we'll
us
be live, but it will not be on.
we will be there.
It
Unless
won't
it's
be on
raining.
any. Yeah, it won't be on any. How do you call it? Totally live, real
Oh.
people with real cards
All
and
right.
no disembodied voices.
Okay, Vicky, do you have context for my friends? Oh. All right. All right. I'm going to pull the cards while we are waiting for Vicky to give you guys context.
Or we go,
Don't need context.
or we go from your reading and see where it goes.
Oh, she doesn't want to give us context. All right.
Okay.
Well,
Then what happens is
I don't
if
need
we
context.
give,
I got to do
Yeah.
some wands, killing the entire reading right there. I am fascinated by the energy just coming into these cards. Is that Vicky doesn't believe that this is possible.
okay,
Here's the fun part, Vicky. The cards really don't care if you believe it or not, but
yeah,
here's the
it
fun
has nothing to do with belief.
Yeah, so I'm gonna mess y'all up, but here's a control situation that you would like to be in control of and you're not. So there's part of you that's interested in the tarot cards. I'm feeling that have you interested in me telling you what the cards
Oh,
mean.
interesting.
And then with the cards, I'm going to tell you that if they are really as intriguing as they are, and if it's not the tarot cards, whatever you are intrigued by that you would like to learn how to do, I want you to go after it like a dog after a bone. Go all in, put all of your energy into it and start building your empire. Because yeah, if you want to control the energy of the universe and control the world, you are the only one that you have any control over, and you need to start by controlling that control first. Yeah, good luck. How old are you anyway? I'm now very, very curious. Shall not lie, honor thy mother. Oh, good heavens. Oh, well, I'll be opening up the list in a moment, Treva. So we'll get on that list with Dee Berard, who's
You
waiting.
have anything else to add to?
Waiting. So yeah, Vicky is 60, you guys.
That's okay. No
Yeah,
problems.
Never too late to start is yeah.
It's not just never too late to start. It's never too late to question what you have learned in the past.
Yeah.
And to shed what doesn't serve you now. You are not 6 years old anymore. You're not a teenager anymore. You have a life that is full of knowledge that you need to put together. Anyway, if you want my cards, Tina,
Yes,
I have
please.
the Queen.
Yeah.
I have the Queen of Cups.
Queen of Cups. Make it
She is
real.
holding a baby. She's looking at the universe. And she's got a peacock nearby.
Oh, are we looking at somebody separated from grandchildren?
It could be.
Do you feel that?
You know, so
Or
I think
separated
there's a
from
hole.
love?
I think there's a hole in the heart.
Yeah. Yeah. She says, will I find love? So in spite of not wanting a specific relationship.
Well, I also have the Four of Wands.
That's nice. She's open to it.
Yeah. And my friend, the King of Wands.
Oh,
that means you have to make it real.
What's
you
that?
have to make it real. You're
is
interested in love.
Who is he? He's real. He is there.
You have to also look around you. And you have to see the potential of what's around you. It does not mean that it's going to be that romance that you had at 15.
No, it's going to be different.
It's going to be very different. You're not 15 anymore.
Oh, and he's a kid too, so he's a very nice guy.
You know, so the whole point is that if it's around, let it happen.
He is around, though. That's what I'm suggesting.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Let it happen. Play with the energies that you see. Things will develop on their own time.
I am. I'm actually getting sort of. So you came up with the King of Wands.
Wands.
I had my whole stack of 3 cards. Josh is chomping at the bit over there. I can't wait.
Yeah, I know. He's going to get there.
My devil is sitting here suggesting that she's got this King of Wands that you pulled in her sights and would like to express to them that they're interested, but there's a control issue. Maybe
Let it happen.
or I don't see it as a negative. Maybe her boss, maybe somebody else. But
Yeah, but at the age of 60, you can retire and go elsewhere, and then
yeah,
it's
you're
not,
right.
and it's not a
retire,
work
right?
situation. Josh, what have you got?
Yeah, go,
Let
Josh. What do you
Josh.
got?
I have 10 of Swords, 9 of Pentacles, and the Empress.
Oh,
It tells you go. 10 of Swords means go and start something new.
Yeah, leave the old behind. Start something.
leave the old behind. So,
Especially the
Vicky's retired.
headspace.
Vicky's retired. Obviously,
Okay, that's even
that's
better.
not hard. Okay, and would like so if she's going to find in all of these cards, she's going to find a relationship, because I know there's one. I can feel it. Right.
Okay, the hidden card for me is the Hermit.
Oh.
And I like this Hermit. He's really cool. The idea is
Researcher.
sit with yourself, find your own light,
The King of Wands.
listen to your heart.
He's a professor. He's a teacher, music teacher. Maybe.
Yep.
This is giving me the energy that maybe she hasn't had a relationship in a long time.
Yes.
Yeah. And the
Yeah,
idea is starting over is hell.
Yes.
that's kind of scary. That's my
And then
Pentacles,
you're also
right?
playing the game of your 15-year-old going on a first date, which is not at all the game of this age group. You're a retired woman of 60. You handle love differently. You've learned a hell of a lot of stuff. Yes, Tina. What have you got to say?
Push her off a cliff as soon as you hear what she just typed into the chat. Okay.
Oh.
That King of Wands, by the way, and my Page of Pentacles, by the way, is, she says, I want to travel with someone.
Well, there you go.
Go. What is this? She's been
You
saying
don't
for
have
a
to
long
worry
time.
about
Go,
anything.
have a good time. Go with the flow. And if something happens,
Exactly.
it happens. Have a good time.
Hey, I want to go on this cruise. You want to come with me?
I love it.
That's it. You
I
don't
think
even have to
that's
share the cabin
Yeah, I
if
like
that's
it.
a problem.
Pages are about beginnings, right? So
Yeah.
this is a seed of building something new, right? And here, at the very worst, I'm seeing a really hot booty call, dude. Pardon the expression for the kids in the room, but yeah, like I'm all over that.
I also got the 2 of Wands and Knight of Cups. It says go for it.
That's
2
right.
Wands, Knight of Cups, right? Put
That's
the
right.
energy into. You got the 2 of Wands too, right?
And I have the 4 of Wands.
Do you think,
Go for it.
Vicky believes in tarot cards yet?
What do you have? What do you have to lose? Go for
What do
it.
you think, Vicky? What's that? Oh no, this is so totally, go for it. Ask him. And this strikes me as if he comes back and says, I can't afford it, but you can.
Yeah.
Feel welcome to offer to say, listen, I don't want to go alone, and I really don't mind paying for my companion.
I
Yes,
also got-
she says yes. She now believes in tarot.
I also got the Chariot. Go for it.
Go
Yeah,
for it, go with the
exactly.
flow.
No, I mean, the whole point is, one of the good things about tarot is it helps you settle what you already know. It
That's
talks
right.
your heart language in a way that your mind can see it.
Mhm.
And this
Usually
is what we tap into. We
So
tap
good.
into your heart language.
What you already know that you're avoiding or don't want to do.
That's right.
yeah, put more
That's right.
energy, but that 2 of Wands screams and put way more energy and belief into it, right?
Yep. Yep.
All right.
Well, just like the tarot.
All right. So I've got Dee Berard and Treva lined up. I know Treva is still here, but Dee Berard has been waiting for a little while yet.
Riva.
They are still available. Otherwise, we'll read for Treva, who I know is still here. Treva's, I'm so ready to take it if you feel as if you want me. I am super, super ready. Oh, you're welcome, Vicky. And Diana's name is, Dee Berard's name is Diana. And Diana, feel welcome to throw some context in here for our Tarot Phenoms. And we'll see if we can push you off a cliff. Hey, Mrs. Butcher, I can put you on the list right after Treva, if you like.
Huh.
Are you ready, Josh? Are you reading with the Marseillaise? What are you reading with?
I'm reading with the
Are you still on the Egyptians?
I forgot what this deck is called.
It's an older deck,
Show me,
right?
show me, show me. It's the Marseille.
Vinscotti? Is it the
It's
Viscotti?
the Vinscotti, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think so.
Yep.
All right, that's not as bad, but it's close.
No, I've got 1,000
Alright.
decks, so not quite, but
I-
close enough.
All right, so
It's out of prayer.
context for you guys. So Diana, was it Diana or Diane? It was Diana, right? So Diana says, at least I think it was Diana. I got Dharma on the brain. Hi, Dharma. Good to see you. Diana. Okay, so Diana has just hang on, let me get the whole context here. All right, so she says, I just feel settled. Am I moving again? So I'm assuming that there was a move. She's just finished settling in. Oh, she doesn't feel settled and wants
Okay.
to know if we see her
Why?
moving.
Okay.
So can we change the question and instead of asking, do we see her moving? Can we ask what the energies are for coming out of the
Yeah.
feeling of
Why
settling?
is this not settling?
Do you guys have, yeah, are we okay with changing the question like that?
Yep.
What are the
Yep.
energies around Diana's unsettling and how do we help her find settled?
Oh, 2 cards.
Yeah,
It's the obvious.
that's just 6 of Pentacles.
Four of Wands.
Queen of Cups reversed and then the Devil.
Oh,
This
this
is, you are never
Okay.
settled. You are never settled because you're not in alignment. You need to get into alignment. Once
Yeah.
you're in alignment, you'll be able to feel your way into the comfort in spite
Okay,
of
I got the
control.
5 of Swords that jumped out.
Chaos. Love that card.
Yep. In other words, you're not settled because you're not settled in your headspace.
All in our head. The only upside down card I got in these was the Queen of Cups, you guys. So the only thing not being made real is I don't feel settled, so I'm not settled. Do you feel that, Hannah?
And I also have 2 pages. The Page of Cups, in other words, you're learning how to live where you are,
Yeah.
along with the Page of Swords, who has to be in control but doesn't know what it's doing.
Oh, so this is that. Remember what? You're not a Pisces by any chance, are you, Diana? So this is the back and forth we were talking about when a
Yeah.
Pisces fights within themselves, and they've got, that's the sort of energy I see in Pisces people regularly. The knights
And
fight with each other.
The final card is actually the 10 of Cups,
Nice.
or 10 of Pentacles, actually.
Oh,
So
even better.
the
And she's a
place you're
Pisces.
in,
She's a Pisces.
yeah.
Diana is
And
a
the-
Pisces.
and the place you're in is perfectly comfortable. It chose you, you chose it. You're the fool that walked onto this journey. So accept that you've fallen off the cliff from the past and you're in a new space, but your 2 little pages are going, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm a baby, whatever, but you're okay. It's
Yeah, oh, you're
perfect.
great. This is about creating the I am okay space because
Yeah.
you really, the financial comfort, the physical comfort of these 2 cards, in spite of you not being the one in charge of this physical comfort, okay, it's almost like that is what this comfort is what is disrupting you. So if
Yep.
it's the comfort,
I don't believe I've got it. I don't deserve this.
I'm not comfortable with, I don't deserve it. That's right. You do deserve it. You are a goddess. You are a queen, right? You have created this fantastic situation. And listen, just because somebody else is in control, right?
Be grateful for what you
right?
have.
This is the comfort here. And the disc. Okay. So this is since her divorce.
Yeah.
So
There's a lot of chaos. That's the
Right.
card that came out.
so
That
this is,
jumped out at me was the chaos card.
yeah. So she needs to So the difficulty is Diana, I'm going to guess that Diana had been married for a long time. Was it?
Yeah,
did
and now
somebody have a
she's
10?
alone.
Did somebody have a 10?
Yep, I did.
You
10
did.
of
Yeah.
Pentacles.
Right. So you got the 10. Thank you, Robin. Robin loves my earrings. 10 of Pentacles. So that's the long term. That's the legacy card. We are in a nice, comfortable financial situation, but we're not comfortable because Diana doesn't know what the hell to do with herself.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
She's learning a new way of living.
Yes. Oh, they were together for 20 years, guys.
Yeah,
That's a
no,
long
a new
time.
way of living. Whether it's a divorce or whether it is
matter.
a death or whatever, you're going to mourn the old, no matter what. So
Okay.
grieve that you need and go for what is new. See what's new and shiny out there. You're a kid. You're 10 years old. The world is beautiful.
And you're financially taken care of. This
right.
is one gives me pause, right? Because in spite of the fact that you are divorced, because you are in this financial position that you are in, and it seems to me like there's some nice paychecks like I would like to become comfortable with being deposited into your paycheck regularly because of him. And the discomfort is because you don't know where to look, right? So you're lost. Okay. So can we help can we point her in a direction? Where does she want to look for herself? You guys?
I'm going to look for
Josh,
one card.
where is Diana going to look to find herself so that she can, in spite of this, by the way, this feeling of control, this will go away as soon as you get the hell out of your head and relax into the fact that you earned that money.
I still pick up the
depositing it in
Fool.
your bank account, right?
I still pick up the Fool.
On that question, I got the Moon.
You got the Moon. Okay, so it's
Okay,
something.
I
All
got
right.
Temperance.
Oh,
So it's something creative, something that she
Has to be balanced
opportunity,
and something totally new.
something she's
Zeros.
never done before. Are you getting
Yep.
that? I'm not getting
Yep.
this is
Yep.
something you've never done before, something you would, she's been divorced for 10 years. So added to the 20 years, 10 years of divorce, and she still hasn't found which
Okay.
way. So we're pushing her off a cliff for sure here, you guys.
What is around her that she's never tried? Has she gone singing? Has she gone dancing? Has she joined a club that is creative, artistic, throw paper, throw axes at, there's got to be something totally physically that she has not done.
I got the Fool card too, but the Fool is reversed. So she's always been a loner. And I got hell.
Yeah, but even loners, no matter what, will join a choir. You're totally alone.
Yeah.
But you are in a group and you don't have to talk to anybody because you're singing.
Let's try this differently. Diana.
I also got the Moon.
You got the Moon too, right? We're going to look in her darkness, right? Because the darkness is coming because she doesn't know where to look, and she doesn't know where to look because it's all dark, and it's all dark because she's living in her ego inception that won't let her see herself. So we're going to help you see yourself here, Diana. I want you to focus on the moment at which you were single still. You've not met your husband yet. You're going to be a teenage girl with stars in your eyes. And what do you wish to become? What do you want to do? And don't think about it. Feel the answer and then type it in there for me.
Okay. And that is exactly the card that comes up.
And that is
the Four of Swords. Sit down. Four of Swords.
Pull it back about. Yeah, right
Four
there.
of Swords.
That is your perfect Four of Swords, right? So it's a healing card. Oh, want to be a healer? Want to be a nurse? What do you get from a Four of Swords as like something to do?
If you're going to do something, you've got to, again, go within yourself and just let yourself be. And again, listen to what attracts you.
Yeah.
Okay. Because if she's been married 20 years and divorced 10, that's already 30 years of her life. So
Okay.
it's not something that you're going to start at the level of even being a nurse. That means you've got to go 3 years into, learning or whatever, unless you were already a nurse and go back. And if you are not interested in working
No,
with
you're not.
people, nursing isn't the opportunity at this point in time with the pandemic and everything else.
Yeah, well, this is interesting because Diana said, so there's two things Diana's typed in. She wants to hang out with her friends again and do things again with them. So my first thing is,
Where are
okay,
the friends?
call the friends, plan, make the plans, do it.
That's
do
right.
it, do it, do it. You are going to have so much fun. You guys kiss each other, put this together. That's the easy part. You said something, Mary, that I said I got the nursing energy, the healing out of the
Yep.
Four of
Yep.
Swords, right?
Yep.
And Diana says, I always wanted to be a nurse. Too old now. Watch this, Diana. You are only 62.
But
I have just started 2 new businesses in the last year. And frankly, you are never too old until you're.
no, here's the thing. Becoming a nurse is a very structured profession,
Yep,
no matter where you are. Minimum 3 years of going to school,
yep.
minimum of then the practicum and all the rest of it. And that becomes the issue. So you're looking at 65, nobody hires you at 65.
Right.
Now, here is the way to get around that.
Candy
Do you
straight.
have to be a nurse with a white coat and all that? Or can you be a naturotherapist? Can you go into the alternative healings, which usually is about a year study? What is your affinity to crystals? What is your affinity to herbs?
I don't have
What
learning.
is your affinity?
I
Yeah,
don't have learning so much as doing here. I think
yeah,
she already
that's what I'm
knows.
saying. So there is that aspect. You can also, in the nursing or quote, nurturing fields, you can become a counselor.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So Treva
Or
and
coaching
Bevington.
or
Yeah,
like what is in your area where you can, like, I tutor
watch this,
people who
Mary.
do not know how to read, basically literacy.
We
What
got
can you do in that area? Whatever works for you.
our sister does crystals and Reiki healing, right? So you've already got the energy going, right? Treva says she needs someone to love her mom while she goes into the hospital, right? So
Okay,
there's
which one are we doing? Are we doing
no,
Treva?
this is Treva's making comments based on the cards that were reading.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So
Okay.
there's a suggestion that is a healing aspect that doesn't require any kind of education.
That's right.
And
That's
hold
right.
hands of people. Volunteers.
Which is what I was saying.
People's homes, children's.
Yep.
If you don't need the money, volunteer work is great. If
Find what sings to your soul. There, like I said, I
Yeah.
tutor literacy. There are other ways of doing that. There's the palliative units that need people to come in.
candy
And
strippers, right?
that's right. Yeah.
Josh, what are you picking up there?
4 of Cups.
Which is like similar to Four of Swords.
Yeah, again, making it happen, bringing it all together, using the resources underneath your feet to make your happiness and joy come together.
It's there. Look for it.
Oh, you do money struggling. Oh, you're having financial difficulties, Diana. Which is interesting because I'm not feeling any kind of financial difficulty.
I think it's in the head.
7 of Coins suggests it.
Suggest financial difficulties?
No, I have not financial difficulties. Finances will grow.
Mm-hmm.
If
right
you get
now
your
they're
head, okay, if you
Right.
get your head out of the idea of finances and seeing lack all the time, you do gratitude, do service, since that's what you're interested in. And surprise, surprise, the money is there.
I never noticed this card. Do you see how it looks like they're playing poker?
Okay.
I just thought that was fascinating.
Is that
all
the
right?
seven?
You might win.
Is
Yeah,
that
that's
The lottery.
That's the 7 of Pentacles.
You could win the lottery.
Oh, he remarried and he gives her nothing. I see. Yeah. Oh, well, it's at the end of the day, you have so much wealth that you are allowing the X relationship to control your financial
That's
mindset.
right.
Oh,
That's
she's
right.
waiting on it, guys. She's waiting on an insurance claim.
Okay.
So that's the control over the finances. So
Yeah.
yeah, so
That's the
this
building.
is hang on. So let me see how these cards are. I've got it coming in.
The bottom card I have for that is the
Yeah,
Six
soon
of
as that
Pentacles.
The witch,
Six of Pentacles.
give and take.
Are you the giver or are you the taker? Are you just worried about getting, or are you willing to give as well?
I think it's I think I'm gonna push off a cliff. When the insurance claim comes in, everything that she wants to do, everything that she
Yeah.
needs to do is just gonna fall into place.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel
The
that
stop
But-
worrying.
Yeah.
Stop worrying. Get out of your head. Josh, we don't see the card.
Judgment.
20.
Judgment. Stop worrying.
Yeah.
Stop thinking that this will
Go
happen.
with the
Be
flow. Yeah. I would find a caretaker type position. Maybe if you're bondable, get yourself bonded and work for a house sitting corporation. There's all sorts of things that you can do as a single
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
My aunt, who is now, how old is she? She's got to be in her late 60s, and she house sits for a family down in Newfoundland, and then when they are at home, she goes and
back
stays with relatives, right? But she gets they take care of her living expenses while she takes care of their property while they're not on the rock. So there you go. Anyway, good luck.
I got the 10 of Wands, and
Nice.
I'm wondering if that is suggesting for you to relax, do something that is like super easy as opposed to something
Yeah.
that will require any labor work. Like
Not
just
worried.
chill out and something that is just so easy for you to do, so effortless.
That's
Yes.
right.
I'm feeling
Yeah.
that too, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Like tens of wands to me is like, here, the challenge is complete. Now relax into the next
Yes.
step. That's
Yes.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
It's
That's
just
why
like
the Fool keeps
finish.
coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
'cause
when
Mary
I-
was saying something about not going back to school.
yeah.
And like taking that on, like taking on the pressure of I'm going back to school, who's gonna hire
Yeah.
me, how am I gonna pay for these
Get out of
loans?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
that's the 10 overwhelm.
yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. And the whole point is that you're not 15 again. I'm going to say that you're not starting life again. You have a baggage of useful things. You're the magician. You've got all your tools.
Have you guys got her moving? That was the original question.
Nope.
I have her life completely changing.
Yeah, but not physical. We had no pentacles.
I had 6 pentacles.
That's
I also had, I believe I had the 10. Now I've gone and shuffled these back in.
anyway. But the point is too that it's not really a move. It's a headspace.
And it says, oh, I see. All
Eight
right.
of Cups reversed. I don't think it's a move either.
No, it's a headspace move.
No,
Yep.
I got, I'm not, oh,
Yeah, like
here.
When we were looking at the original things, it was about learning to
Yep.
be who she is.
Yeah. So here's the
Two
fun.
2 pages. Get the heart and the headspace organized.
Okay, yeah, right. And I'm getting this. So I asked about specifically about her moving, and the card in the middle I got is the Queen of Wands, which is really, really about making the healing really, really come together.
Yeah.
It's surrounded by the 5 of Cups reversed and Magician reversed, and I mean at this point, everything, Diana, you got to stand. You've got to take your focus off of what is going wrong. You know exactly what you need in order to make your space livable. And you need to bring this to whoever the health people are that are your first line of defense, because those tools are available to you. You just got to find them, make them real. This is a queen. It's the only thing real in here. Whoever your health provider, and it's either, I would be looking, I get a queen of wands like this, and it registers for a human being, you guys. It's going to be a female doctor, a trans doctor, or a gay male doctor, usually. Okay, so this is very yin for the
What
health
card is it?
professional here. Queen of wands.
Oh,
Whereas the
making
card
that
that came
thing.
up again is the Six of
And the
Pentacles.
6, right? Go with the flow.
So it's a matter of giving.
What is that?
But
The
it's-
9?
7.
7. Okay. It's a matter of giving and allowing yourself to take as
Right.
well. It's the allowance of going to do what you want to do. Allow yourself.
Allow
You
it,
deserve
allow it. You are allowed to get better. You are allowed to be healthy. You are deserving.
Allowed to have
Josh's-
the money.
Josh's card slays me because he comes up. I call that card the thug card. Basically, the best image I've ever seen was painted by James Battersby. And it is this very scared woman hiding behind a big ass tree, afraid to stand up to the thugs who control the thoughts that she needs to have. And
That's
if we're
right.
talking about healing one space, then it's like it's a board or something that's got that she's
Here's-
got to go up against, stand up to.
Yeah.
Now, hang on, I wanted to hear what Josh felt when he pulled that card.
Yeah, I was just going to say how to heal the space, but let's
Yeah.
see about Josh first.
7.
About the 7 of Swords.
7 of Swords. Yeah. What did you think as you pulled that?
What I'm feeling, because the way I've learned the 7 of Swords, it's about strategy.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing.
I was
that
going to give you strategies.
Nice.
You need to think more strategically, and you're planning to accomplish this.
Yeah.
Okay. If the space is bothering you as much as you think it is, here's some very quick suggestions to make it more comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
A bell, and every time you feel uncomfortable, ring the bell. Why? Because the bell changes the energies, the actual physical energies of the space.
That
Number 2.
Headspace. That's actually similar to my set an alarm once every hour and test whether or not you're feeling in alignment.
Yeah.
Right.
The other thing you can do is similar, burn a candle that you like that will also change the features of the space.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're into any kind of cleansing of spaces, and I'm not going to go into smudging and all the rest of it because of appropriateness, but you certainly can use
you
incense.
start talking about smudging, we will have issues.
No,
You can
I'm
smoke-
talking about incense. I'm
Yep.
talking about burning bay leaves. Bay leaves are good because they actually clean the space of bugs if you have to worry about all kinds of silly bugs. And it also, bay leaves are attractors of money.
Yes.
So you can use that kind of knowledge.
That's funny.
You already have the knowledge of that kind of thing. So clear the space physically. If you're into affirmations, if you're into prayers, if you're into whatever, use that. In my rooms, generally, I have an icon because that is something I like more than anything else. But any other religious, whatever, it really depends on what makes you feel good.
Mm-hmm.
If a picture of a beautiful waterfall works, use it.
What you got there, Josh?
I was just going to make a suggestion. Dragon's blood incense is very cleansing.
Yeah, again, it depends on that. And thank you, Vicky, for the bay leaf comment.
Tina, did you spit out your coffee, Tina?
I did.
That's not so cool. Anyway, and the other thing is to keep your area clean. Clean it every so often. You don't know what to do with yourself? Go clean.
Is it what I said, Tina?
No.
Of course it is what you said, Josh.
What is it with dragon's blood?
I just because some people think it actually comes from freaking dragons.
Oh dear
Oh,
God.
that would be really cool. I'd love to see one.
But there are dragons. Unfortunately, they're all miniature nowadays, right? Haven't you?
Yeah,
seen
the
them?
dragonflies.
Adorable. They're like this big. I just
Yeah,
want to.
well, you've got some geckos, you've got others, but I love dragonflies. I have a whole story for that if ever we have the time.
All right. Diana, good luck with that, my honey. She likes the candle idea. She says you three are wonderful. There's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6.
Well, we've had a very quiet Carol, and V did chime in, so at least we had 3. Oh,
Did
that's
V-
okay, Carol. We're fine.
Did V have anything to throw at Diana before we go on to Triva?
Actually, she did give a card, and she also liked the burning the bay leaves.
Mm-hmm. Right
Yeah.
on. So you guys will love this. So I just learned that I've been my mother puts bay leaf in her spaghetti. She's been doing it since I was a little girl. She says, I'm very familiar with bay leaf, right? Well, we got this customer at Peppermaster or through Brooks Pepper Fire Foods, which is the manufacturer. And she makes Jamaican jerk. And she says, oh, well, do you guys need any bay leaf? Well, I just learned that bay leaf and allspice, Jamaican allspice berries are the same damn plant. No idea.
Okay.
No idea.
That's
jerk my whole life. I had no clue. There you go.
That's okay.
So,
Now we know.
That's what it is. There you go.
I did pull one card,
Cool.
another one, and it was the 6 of Pentacles. And in my card, it looks like a woman who is giving 2 people gifts because they're needy and they're asking her for help. And it was in reverse. So it's showing me that, probably, keep those gifts to yourself and,
Yeah.
Yeah.
self-investment.
Yeah. The give and take is you're allowed to take, right?
That's
you're
the
allowed
point.
to receive and enjoy what the universe.
And that's the whole
out there
thing.
for you.
It's also allowing yourself because you know you're thankful for it.
Exactly.
Mhm.
All
You know,
right.
no matter
Okay.
how it comes. All right, next person.
Triva. Now Triva's having issues, you remember, with her brother and her mother and living spaces and just negative energy all the way around, having to do with the value of the house and who gets to live there. And it's just a huge, messy mess. You want to go first, Josh?
No, I was gonna ask, what is Treva's username? Because I feel like I'm mutuals with her. Is it Treva Spiritual something?
Yeah, my soul journey, Triva Ross. Yeah.
I'm friends with her.
Yeah. So
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
So Josh is reading. Oh, hang in there. Diana, you keep coming back. Come hang out with us. We will always make you feel better, even if we somehow manage to not have anything to give you other than hope. And you got to work out your own answers like this. So there you go. Triva. All right. Did you have, well, I suppose I just gave you Triva's context, right?
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
All right. So
go.
if I start, I have the 3 of Cups. And what's interesting about this particular 3 of Cups is that the 3 that are together are Franklin and a woman. I'm not sure what that refers to. I have Crick, who is the DNA guy, and I have Watson.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
No,
Those are the 3 people that are on the card.
Oh, I see. Fascinating.
So they're 3 very wise people. I mean, think of Watson in Sherlock Holmes. He knows everything and can answer questions, and it's a doctor.
Yeah.
How do you call it? Crick and Franklin, I think the 2 of them were there to actually get the structure of the DNA. So you're looking at things that are behind and you know what you're doing. And Franklin was a woman, and although we don't know much about her history, she is the top person. The 2 guys are below her in that respect. So whatever they're celebrating, She is in charge of the celebration.
This is beautiful. So it's just like Treva writing her own,
That's
her own
right.
ticket, which, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, that's great.
Yeah. And the
Okay.
second card I have is the Four of Wands.
Everything coming together. Everything's
And the last card I have is the Ten of Pentacles.
oh, and that's the fine. Ooh, is that the house selling? Is that what that is?
Well,
Carol,
this
what do you got?
this person is going into a mansion, and it's got a goat at the foot, or a ram rather.
Yeah.
Okay, and she's holding the horn of cornucopia. Okay, so she's got everything.
Carol. I can't hear you.
No, we can't hear you. You're not muted, but we can't hear you. So I don't know where your microphone is. Can't hear you.
Hey there.
Your microphone isn't working, even though you're not muted.
I don't know why we can't hear Carol.
No, where's your phone? You might be too far from your phone, or you might be too far from the microphone itself. I find that with my iPad, I've had to put in headphones.
Okay, I think now you hear me.
Okay, now we can
Now
hear
we can
you.
hear you. Go.
Yeah, because I was listening on the boombox because I was so I undid the boombox. Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay.
No, perfect.
What my question to you, Mary, is: do you pick the tarot playing cards differently when the context? So you
No, what I do is I shuffle.
Okay. No,
Okay.
but with always the same deck today.
Well, I'm using the same deck.
today.
I don't change the deck for this particular exercise. If
Okay.
I was working with other people, that would depend. You know,
Okay.
I usually let them choose the decks. But in my case, I'm playing with a deck I really don't know very well. Okay. Again, it's practice. I figure if I'm practicing, I practice, right?
No, it's
Too
fine.
much.
I just
Yeah.
thought you had changed deck.
Well, it's not the same deck I
context.
used last week
Okay.
or the week before. This is a
Okay.
new deck. It's called the Tarot of Mystic Spirals.
Okay. Mhm.
And what I'm noticing is it's fairly in your head to a certain degree. Like the Three of Cups, I never expected to see a bunch of doctors in it.
Okay, I
Okay,
understand.
so I'm learning how this one works. It
Okay.
really works on spirals. If you think of the DNA,
Mm-hmm.
it's a spiral.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that's why those two doctors are there. How Watson fits in, I'm not so sure. You know, but that's something I would have worked out before
Okay.
I really worked with people, or I'd go back and look at it.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
just exploring.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you.
she says that she needs a doctor.
Well, that tells me
You're next.
she'll find it.
Yeah.
I
find
have
a
3
doctor.
doctors here.
Keep looking, right? There's 3.
I have 3 doctors.
Yeah, that's her healing. So yeah, that's perfect. Excellent. All right, hang in there, Treva. Keep looking. This is all gonna come together. I've got nothing but everything working. Anybody got anything to add? And then we've got, what time have we got? We got Mrs. Butcher left on the,
Quarter to 2. And Josh, what were your cards?
My cards, I'm trying to figure out the meanings of them because I have Three of Wands reversed, Queen of Wands reversed, and Eight of Pentacles upright.
8 of
I got 5
Pentacles
of
means
Wands
it's going.
reversed.
so she's got to keep speaking until they hear her.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's about it. V, you said something? We didn't hear you.
I got 5 of Wands reversed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's chaotic energy. It's very chaotic.
Yeah.
But
It's pretty messy. It's all
Yeah.
family and it's
well, family tends to be,
yeah.
you know, so
What
it's
is that, Josh?
I was just gonna say with the Eight of Pentacles with my card, you notice family. There's a woman and her child and her husband,
Mhm.
yeah.
and he's painting.
Yeah, 8 of Cups is about building it, putting it together, making it happen, going into
Yep.
light, all of that, right? Oh,
Yep.
cool. Excellent. Good luck. Treva, hang on. You hang in there. Let us know how it goes. But I'm getting the same energy with the 3 doctors there. All right,
Yep.
we're gonna do Mrs. Butcher. This should be the last one for the day, you guys. The Phenoms themselves, you're welcome to hang out in the chat after I leave. It will stay live for 45 minutes if you don't leave with me. And for those of you on TikTok, we're back here Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Assuming TikTok lets me in this Saturday. And then back again on Monday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern time. And tomorrow at 3 o'clock till 6:30, you are welcome. If you are in the physical neighborhood, come and join Tarot Phenoms at Que de Bonnes Choses in Hudson, Quebec. And yeah, share the tarot. Yeah, we're having fun, you guys. All right, we are now reading for Mrs. Butcher, who will be our last reading for the day, unfortunately. Cesar never came back. I don't know where he went, but there you go.
He got fed up. Got work.
Timing. Yeah, right, exactly. All right.
Okay,
V, do you want to start?
Does she have a context?
Do we have yeah. She wants to know if you can tell if her son is a carrier for the same disease as his dad. Okay, so I'm not touching that with a 10
No.
pole. And
No,
I'm going
sorry.
to explain why,
Yeah.
Mrs. Butcher. I am not a doctor. And so if I ask the cards to tell me something about somebody's medical status, first of all, I put myself in jeopardy because now I'm diagnosing somebody and I'm not a doctor. I have no patients, so I'm not a doctor. Secondly, the cards will give an energy. So for example, if I ask, does the son have the same medical condition as his dad? And the 3 of Cups comes up, right? This card represents so much information. My ability to focus this one particular card or even 2 other cards with it on the specific condition without knowing all of the parameters is physically, is just psychologically impossible because I don't know what any of the parameters are to recognize them. So I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole.
The other thing I would say also.
One more thing that my cards are really important is that I see healing perfection as exactly the same as I do death. So if it is a terminal illness and you said to me, is something going to kill somebody? My answer is yes, because they are going to get better, which looks exactly the same as dying in my cards. So that's me. Josh, you wanted to throw something in there?
I was also going to say out of that, the only other people that can do something is medical intuitives who basically know how to read energy in a different way.
Yeah,
but you know
I
what?
Don't know anybody.
Neither of us are medical intuitives and are not basically qualified to do any health issues. I will not be able to touch finances because I don't have that knowledge.
I do.
Whereas Tina can.
Yeah.
I can do some psychology because of my background experience, but I cannot diagnose anything because I am not a psychologist.
Yeah, that's a scary.
I am not a psychiatrist. But when it comes to other things, it really depends on what, skill set you have. And you have to be able to prove it in a court of law.
Yeah. So I don't even need my cards to tell Mrs. Butcher to see a doctor. Josh, you had a comment?
I was just going to say now it makes sense why one of my cards came out literally sideways.
There you go.
That's right. You can't. No, you can't answer that.
That's it. Can't answer.
And this is what we have as readers. We have to understand what our limits are.
There you go. All right. So instead, Mrs. Butcher has asked to. She says, "I'm sorry to ask." She says, "Can you give me some advice on how my life is going to go right now?" And that we can do. So
of course,
we're going to use that as your contacts. Good luck with your son. Definitely let us know how the testing goes.
Carol, did you have a comment? You looked like you were going to say something about all that.
No, I'm of the same mindset that you guys. You don't ever answer.
No, it's part of ethics. As readers, we have ethics. There are things we will not touch, and there are things that cannot be touched.
But I really liked what you said, that we go with what we have as a past, as a knowledge, affinities, and there are some readings we won't be able to do,
That's right.
Whereas we always use, and what I like about what I'm hearing is it reconnects with a lot of knowledge I have already. So I'm really looking forward to having some cards in my hands.
Yeah, well, that's the whole point. You come with a lot of knowledge. You also tap in to the field of information. And you know how to do that in your particular field, as opposed to, how do you call it, something like finances. I really don't understand it. And therefore, how can I explain the finances aspect?
I got 10.
You're gonna, why do you, what are you writing a book there, Josh? What do
Of
you
course
got?
he's got a book, 78 cards.
Yeah, what do you got? What do you got? Tell us what we can tell Mrs. Butcher about her existence here.
So I have the Tower reversed,
Ouch.
the Page of Cups,
Nice.
the Hanged Man, the Moon, Two of Cups reversed, the World reversed, Justice, Page of Wands, and the Magician and the Queen of Wands sideways.
Josh, how did you get those many cards?
Why
They fell
would you
out.
pull that many cards? This is like nobody pays me enough to pull that many cards.
And I knew when I was pulling, I felt the chaotic energy. I knew the cards would just start falling like flies, and they did.
That's crazy.
That's what I thought.
I want you to take that. I want you to stream of consciousness. Okay. The way the cards came for you, start with the first one. And read me the sentence that the cards speak to you as you feel your way through that series of cards. Can you try that?
Yes.
No.
The falling tower, or the falling tower is what it's called in this deck, but the tower reversed is just I'm hearing let it fall. Start all over.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Stop holding on to things. It's kind of like the Eight of Cups energy. Stop holding on to things that don't serve you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Keep going.
Page of Cups. Get into alignment with yourself. Meditate, reflect. The Hanged Man, stop waiting for things to happen because they're not going to happen without any actions. Does this all sound good so far?
Yes.
Keep going. Don't stop.
Okay. The moon is telling me there's some deep-seated fear or emotions that you need to work through in order to further yourself. Two of Cups reverse suggests you're out of alignment, which also flows with the moon card. You're out of alignment with your emotions.
It's Tower.
The World reversed is saying that there's something that you need to finish. The chapter hasn't closed yet. There's something that you need to work on that you're not seeing.
Results of the test. Go on.
And Justice coming after that furthers the theory Tina has about the test. There's some kind of test that you're going to have to go through. I don't know if it's physical or emotional.
Possibly both.
But the Page of Wands suggests to me, because the Page of Wands is very restless, full of energy, it's suggesting to me that whatever you need to go through, you're going to need a lot of energy to get through it.
Yeah. All right.
Further, the Magician sideways is telling me that, actually, I don't know what the Magician sideways is telling me.
I
Can you
do,
help?
but yeah. All right. So the reason that you're looking at it sideways is really cool because the Magician always brings, it's all of the energy. It's
And
all
this is how it fell out, literally sideways.
What was the other one that fell out sideways?
Queen of Wands.
So the Queen of Wands is queens are what make things real, right? So for that energy to all come in and everything to settle for her, which is what we're looking for, right? In order for it all to settle, that healing has to be in place. And in order for the healing to actually be, that test needs to happen. So without the test, she's not parking that energy. The Magician is sitting there sideways because they haven't done the test or they don't have the results of the test, right? And so also, that's a whole heck of a lot to be going. So the energy is that Mrs. Butcher is carrying the energy of her husband's malady, which is big right now. The energy, he's just had brain surgery. He's lost his left eyesight. He's now deaf. And they're going through a lot. Like you feel like all those wands that Josh had, that the intensity of all of that, right? So hubby going through all of that right now is where the fear that the son might have it as well. right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that adds to the anxiety for it.
Mhm.
There's no way I can put this to bed without that test, and we're going to push you again. You got to go do the test, because here's the fun part. Whether he's got it or not is not going to change how much you love him. If he's
It's
got
also
it,
not going to change anything in the sense of headspace. If you
Right.
go through the test, you will then have put that to rest.
right. But what the test gives you is the healing from a psychological point, because now you know. But until you
That's right.
know, you
It's
don't.
always going to be an
Yeah.
unknown.
Yeah. And
To
here's the fun part. If you're petrified, I love the way these cards work. The petrification that is caused by thinking about this situation will cease to exist when you know the true answer. So
that's
I'm
right.
going to push you to get the test again. I didn't
Okay.
even need the cards for that. Josh,
Reality is, Josh had a whole bunch of cards, and mine, I only have 3. I have the 10 of Cups.
nice.
Okay.
Right.
I have the 6 of Swords. It's choppy water, but you'll get through it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Leave the stuff behind and move ahead.
Yep.
And you won't get through it if you're in the 8 of Swords space.
Oh, I see. Okay, so they've already done, here's the fun part. They've done the test, and he tests, so it's, I don't know what the malady is. I didn't ask, and it's
No, it
not
doesn't matter.
important, but I'm going to assume it's something that tests the way that polio, not polio, TB does, where you can test positive for it without actually having it. You can be a carrier like my mom is. So my mom is a carrier for TB. We were all tested and vaccinated for TB to be sure that we didn't have it anyway. So situation like that, they've got the test. So she wants to know, is he a carrier or is he just that? And honestly, I'll tell you what, treat it like he is both and work with it. I have no idea what he's got. Neurofibromatosis
Myalgia.
type 2. I have no idea what that is, nor how to deal with it. What I do know is that whoever your doctor is, all of those wands are about focusing on, not only focusing on your healing, get into alignment with the fact that whether or not he's got it or it ever manifests, you're going to love him just as much as always. So focus on him being healthy. Same thing with your husband. And Josh has something to add.
Because it came out in 2 different shuffles, 7 of Cups.
Work at it.
I can't hear you, Carol.
You like cards, huh, Josh? You really like cards?
I've been reading for over a year, so.
There you go.
It shows, but the abundance is there too.
Yeah. The thing is, when you're doing readings for people, especially if you're going to go professional, Josh, you've got to understand your cards in a shorter version.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things that comes up regularly is, if I don't understand it, can I use a clarifier? Forget the clarifiers. Be
Focus on the
sure.
card in front of
That's
you.
right.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is something you've got to learn to not expand, but make it narrow.
Yeah. Well, I like
It's
to think
hard.
of it.
It's hard. It's not an easy thing.
It's all about focusing, right?
That's
If you
right.
have
This is why
enough direction, it's easier.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is why context is very useful.
I am
Okay.
going to call it a day here. You guys are going to shut down
Same.
TikTok first. I'm going to
Okay.
leave you guys here. I will leave you guys here in Zoom.
Okay.
And
Josh is going. V, are you interested in staying?
I think I'm gonna go. I got some stuff I
Okay.
gotta do, but it was
Caroline?
nice.
I'm leaving also. Tina,
Okay,
thank
there you go.
so much. And Mary, thank you
Thank
so
you all,
much.
you
Thank
guys.
you all.
I just
No problems.
We are back here next Wednesday. If you are local, you are welcome
Cheers,
to join us in
all of you.
Hudson
Talk to you
tomorrow
next
afternoon.
week. You're
Thank
very
you.
welcome, V. And
Nice to
anybody
meet you all.
anybody nearby, we'd love to see you tomorrow.
All right.
Thank you.
Be
Take
well.
care.
Much love
Yeah.
you guys.
Okay then.